ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a welcome for Patrick Keelty.
Hello, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Late Late Show. As always, we are live from Dublin with our almost live studio audience, who are all winners, it says here tonight. Yeah. Well, let's see how that goes, folks. We have a jam-packed show coming up. It is double trouble all the way. I'll be diving into the deep end with double Olympic medalist Daniel Whiffen is on the show tonight. I'll be trying to keep you up with not one, but two Ireland soccer managers. Heimar Hallgrimsson and Carla Ward are going to be here. And we have music from the double platinum selling Kate Nash and brand new music Irish sensation Moyo is coming your way. But before all that, folks, my first guest tonight made the move from Cahersiveen to CNN almost a decade ago, and since then, he's been trying to make sense of American politics for his viewers around the world. God love him this week. In a world turned upside down, tonight we are delighted to get some sense from our favourite Kerry man in New York. And unlike guests in the White House, you'll be pleased to know that tonight we'll actually be letting him speak. Would you please welcome home Tony O'Sullivan! There you go. How are you doing? All good, Donny. Welcome to the show. You're back. You're straight off the plane, I believe.
Yeah. Got in early this morning, so all very quiet, uneventful, nothing happening over in America, nothing going on, all good.
OK, look, we're just going to get into it, Donny. I mean, over there it looks like bananas in pyjamas at the minute. You have a ringside seat. What's it actually like?
It's relentless, I think, is probably the best word to describe it. You know, too many things happen every day. And that, in part, I think, is by design, right? I mean, Steve Bannon, other Irish-American who used to work for Trump, made the point before where he's like, just throw so much BS at the wall every day, do so much. You can distract journalists, you can distract the public, and they'll get upset, worked up about one thing while you're doing 4 or 5 other things over here. So that's what's happening every day now. OK, and your job is to kind of just sort of dodge the BS and see what's kind of real and what's not. You've been doing it for 10 years. You've been interviewing ordinary Americans out there. What do they make of all of this? Well, look, I mean, half the country is terrified and is appalled. But half the country this is exactly what they voted for, you know. They very much view the system in America as broken. I mean, I think people on both sides of the political divide there view things as broken. And so they sort of see Trump as this wrecking ball, Elon Musk with his chainsaw coming in and saying, well, the place is so messed up. Oh, there he is. The place is so the place is so messed up already. Well, you know, it can't get any worse. So let's try break this and make it get better. But look, I mean, that's all well and fine until I think we start to, you know, it's only been, I think, 6 weeks he's been in.
Wow, it's only been 6 weeks. Okay.
I've aged some. The Botox and RT is very great backstage. I took some of your stash. No.
That's good. You might need to give me some back.
But look, I think we're really going to, I guess, find out with all these cuts that are happening in so many, you know, once people start seeing this, whether it's in price of at supermarkets, which they
price
are.
of eggs.
Yeah,
Donald Trump very concerned with the price of eggs.
Big
apparently.
on price of eggs. Yeah,
yes.
big egg eater. No, but I do think, like, in terms of people getting, whether it's welfare checks or whether it's getting public health services, particularly for veterans who rely on public health services in the US, you know, as that starts to untangle, I think in the coming months, that's where we'll see what he's doing, if it's worse. You know, if it's a total mess or if things are going to work out.
Okay. Speaking of working out, Micheál Martin is on his way there next week.
God love him.
God.
Poor Micheál. I think like last time, I think he got COVID when he wanted to meet Biden, and now he's got off to meet Trump.
Are you suggesting that he maybe should...
maybe have a sick day?
Yeah.
I would say, you know, I think he should... I thought Prime Minister Keir Starmer did very well the other week when he came in and just flattered Trump. I mean, like all of us, Trump is...
Yes.
Not immune to flattery, particularly likes it. And Starmer came in, had a handwritten letter, I think, from the King, saying this is a huge deal, a second state visit. So...
And Micheál's turning up with shamrock, which is kind of the diplomatic equivalent of flowers from the all-night garage.
It has to be the biggest bowl, the biggest, most beautiful bowl.
Okay.
You know, biggest,
Tremendous
bigger than
bowl,
any,
a great bowl.
A huge bowl. So I think that's where he's got to go with it. But I mean, you know, on a more serious note, I guess, like what we saw last Friday with Zelensky was Trump does this thing. You know, normally when you see the Taoiseach go into the Oval Office, you see a minute or two. They let the cameras in, let the press in, get some footage, and then walk out. And that's when they have then they negotiate and talk.
He lets it roll.
Yeah, I mean, Trump is producing a television show every day. We are living in the Trump show in the US.
But in that show, I mean, you know, there's really serious stuff happening. And Micheál Martin has said that he's going to give Ireland's position on Gaza and Ukraine. How do you think that's going to go down?
Well, probably not particularly well. I mean, I think the way this Oval Office sort of TV production works is it is a bit of a ticking time bomb, right? Because Zelensky, I'm sure everybody saw the clips last week, 7 or 8 minutes of where they're just basically berating him. But they had a conversation for about 30 minutes, I think, before that, as the cameras were rolling. And things were kind of going okay. It was really when Vance butted in that things really went off the rails. So I think the longer they're in front of the cameras, the more potential there is for things to go off the rails. But I mean, it is Trump that is calling those shots. So I don't know if Micheál will be able to...
Maybe Micheál needs to keep things tight.
Give
us a tight 3 minutes and get out of there.
Yeah, but I mean, look, you know, obviously we saw, and I spoke to, you know, I mean, one thing that has been a huge change in the United States, particularly among younger voters, is their views on Israel-Gaza and on that conflict. Younger voters, particularly who are getting more of their information less from, you know, mainstream news outlets and more from social media and elsewhere online from independent news, have far more sympathy for Palestinians than older Americans. And that's something, you know, we have seen that is resonating with younger voters in the US. But clearly Trump, I mean, we saw the video Trump posted of Trump Hotel Gaza and things like that. So, you know, I think having that conversation, that dialogue out in public in the Oval Office may not lead to great results.
Okay, you're talking there about Trump and Gaza and condos and all this ridiculous stuff. I mean, he likes a deal. What do you think he's looking for from Ireland?
Well, you know, I was talking to my colleague Caitlin Collins, who's our chief White House correspondent, and look, you know, a lot of times Trump does go in with a strategy, but sometimes it's sort of freewheeling, and sometimes it depends on who he spoke to yesterday or who he spoke to or what mood he's in. So, you know, I'm far from me to advise the Taoiseach on what to bring. I mean, I would say, just back to the flattery point, you know, if it's not a bowl of shamrocks, name something after Trump. Obama has the Obama Plaza here. A petrol, maybe give him a shopping centre, something larger than.
I see where you're going with this. Yeah, so Ireland makes quite a lot of Viagra and Botox, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Botox,
okay.
Yeah. For those playing along at home, Botox coming up twice. The big guy.
There you go. You were we were looking at Elon Musk there, and he banned you at one point.
He did.
From
Yes.
Twitter.
Yeah.
How powerful is he in US politics?
He's very powerful with his chainsaw. Yeah, he banned a few of us. He's obviously, he described himself as a free speech absolutist. So he banned a bunch of journalists a few years ago, including myself,
from speaking freely.
Yeah, okay. When we were just reporting on, there's an app basically that tracks his private jet's location, and he doesn't like talking about that. So he banned. Yeah, actually, he emailed me because I was in that surreal situation of covering a story about myself. In that regard, I would normally be the person going to Twitter or X to get a comment. So I emailed, what's your comment on banning these journalists? And that Irish guy. And he had fired everyone, as he's doing now when he came in to take over Twitter. He fired all his comms team. So I was surprised I actually got a direct reply from the world's richest man to my email. And it was just one line. He said, "You can quote me on this. Donny is a liar." However, Donny doesn't show up in autocorrect, not in Ireland or in the US either, as it comes up as donor, like a doner kebab. So I said, "Donor is a liar." So I quoted him on that.
Brilliant, brilliant. I know you were also in Greenland recently, a place that Donald Trump would like to make part of America. What do they make of him there?
Yeah, casual trip to Greenland in January. It's real. Look, I mean, the elections are actually coming up in Greenland on Tuesday. I'm sure it's on everybody's calendar. But no, Greenland is part of the Kingdom of Denmark. And like all colonial powers, there's a dark history there. Everybody I met, pretty much everybody I met in Greenland wants to be independent. But no one. They want to be independent of Denmark, but they also realize they're a very small population, 57,000 people. They realize that they have to have some deal with a big power, whether it's the EU, whether it's Canada, whether it's the US. No one I met, including Trump's biggest supporters there. In fact, there's one guy there named Jürgen. I think he's a former bricklayer. He's just Trump's biggest fan. In fact, they call him Trump's son. In Greenland. Trump was quite prolific, so I don't know if he made it to Greenland, but nobody, not even he, wants to be part of the 51st state of the United States. They say, maybe some sort of agreement. So it's one of these crazy things with Trump, where Greenland started off, everybody thought it was a joke, right? And then he keeps bringing it up, and then
you say it
it's more serious, and then you actually see, whoa. So,
and we're talking about it tonight. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously, he's joking the same way about Canada, which is frankly scary to the people of Canada. But, I think this sort of goes back to this point where, we can laugh. I mean, if you don't laugh at some of this, we'll be crying all the time in the US.
I was going to ask you that, but what does the family in Kerry make of what you're
my
covering?
Poor mom and dad are here somewhere tonight.
Noreen and Donald, there they are. Give us a wave. There you go. You're on the Late Show.
My dad had a full head of hair before I moved to the US. Look, I mean, it's obviously it's extraordinary times. It's an incredible time to be a journalist there and covering all of this and having a front seat to this. But as I say, particularly you can see what happened with Zelensky last week, the things Trump is saying about Gaza, the way he's talking about gutting, domestically, the Department of Education and all these other civil rights protections for minorities and others in the US. Serious, profound effects, not to mention, of course, how, pushing, potentially ignoring the judiciary, steamrolling Congress. So, it could be far more bleak conversation, I guess, we're having in 6 months' time. But I think so many people, so many of my friends in the US and Irish friends I have living in New York kind of swore who had lived through Trump the first time said, well, we're ignoring it this time. We're just going to try and block it out, not watch the news. But he makes that impossible. He makes it impossible, yeah.
Well, look, it is going to run and run. There will be plenty more chapters in the Donald Trump show. Look, it's lovely having you back home. Continued success with CNN. Come back and see us anytime.
Thanks, Patrick. Cheers.
All right, Donny.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. Donny is working on the next instalment of his Emmy-nominated Miss Info-Nation investigation that will premiere across CNN and all his Emmy-nominated.
Which means Emmy losing.
Well, you say that. We'll cut that out. We'll cut that out. Emmy-nominated. And you can get that on all your CNN platforms in April. Now, Daniel Whiffen will be diving in just a sec, but before all that, it's your chance to drive away in tonight's competition prize. Roll it there, Teresa.
Here's your chance to drive away in a brand new, super stylish Jeep Avenger Electric worth €30,000. Celebrating Jeep Ireland's freedom to choose electric initiative on its Avenger range with common pricing across petrol, hybrid and electric models. If you go electric, you'll have 6 months to make sure it's the right option, or switch to hybrid or petrol if not. The award-winning Avenger is the first fully electric car by Jeep with a range of 400 kilometres, making it perfect for Irish roads. Inside, it's loaded with tech, including a 10-inch touchscreen, advanced safety features and lots more. Check it out at your local Jeep dealer or on jeep.ie. For your chance to drive away in that €30,000 car, answer this. Which of these was celebrated across the country earlier this week? Was it Super Tuesday, Pancake Tuesday or Taco Tuesday? To enter, call 1517 71 71 81 or text the word LATE followed by your answer and name to 57886. Maximum cost per entry is €2.50. You must be over 18 to enter. Full details are on rte.ie/competitions. The lines will close at 10:55 p.m. tonight. We'll be calling the lucky winner before the end of the show, and you'll need to take that call if you want to win the car. Good luck.
My next guest made an almighty splash at last summer's Olympic Games in Paris when he not only put Ireland's swimming team on the map, he also put them on the podium twice, winning gold and bronze medals in the 800 and 1500 freestyle and setting a new Olympic record in the process. It's almost a year to the day since he was last with us, and what a year it's been.
Daniel Whiffen has just broken a world record by an absolute mile.
This is a bronze medal for Daniel Whiffen. Away they go. We wish Daniel Whiffen all the very best. Daniel Whiffen in the race of his life. In lane number 4, Daniel Whiffen strikes gold. It's a new Olympic record as well.
Irish eyes are smiling all over the world.
Oh, come on, well done. No, you were crying. I'm not crying.
What's my name? Sorry, Daniel Whiffen, Olympic champion.
Back on dry land and towelled off for us tonight, would you please welcome County Down's finest, Daniel Whiffen! Welcome to the show. What a year it's been for you, Daniel. But we have to get some business out of the way first. Have you worked out that Maharalin, the village that you're from, is in County Down and not Armagh? Please tell me you have.
Sadly, I haven't. It's Armagh, sadly. But we have had the best year out of anybody. You know, winning the All-Ireland and then obviously winning the Olympics.
Yes. Yes, that half of that makes me very happy. The other half, not so much. The last time you were on the show, you said that you were going to go and win gold for Ireland at the Olympics. You've done exactly that. How does it feel?
Amazing. I obviously came on the show a year ago and I was like, I'm going to win it. Maybe a lot of people didn't think, you know, they hadn't seen me swim. And then after the Olympics, it was like, you know, I've done it. And then, it was just amazing.
There's a moment when you just realise, I've done it. What was that moment like for you?
It was stepping on the podium, it had to be. You saw me crying on the podium. It was like amazing. Just hearing the national anthem, seeing my parents on the right, seeing all my teammates cheering me on, and and just seeing all the Irish crowd just going mental.
Would we like to see Daniel doing the business again? Let's have a little look at this. Here it is. Here we go. OK, here we go. Look, and the flags are moving up here. What was going through your mind at this stage?
I'm thinking, get my head down, spin me on as fast as possible.
Get your head down. Here we come. It's coming down to the final touch. There he is. He's done it. so good. The 800 metres freestyle, you said that was the craziest race of your career. You only ranked it, though, in the top 3 races of your life. I mean, I'm just trying to work out what were the other 2 races and how did they beat winning an Olympic gold?
Well, if we count down, obviously, Olympics number 3. Number 2 was my world record. And then number 1 was actually, I didn't win the race. It was my first ever race where my twin brother beat me. Only ever time. But he only really beat me because I fell in. I got DQ'd for starting early, so...
OK. After winning the Olympics, winning bronze, winning gold, you decided to enter just another Olympic event, and I'm going to quote you here, Daniel, for the crack.
Yeah, I did a 10K marathon swim in the Seine. Well, it was just for fun. The reason why I did it was just because my 3 training partners were in the race, and they were all like, oh, we'll do it as well. I mean, 2 of them had trained for it. 1 of them had qualified in the same way that I had, doing it for fun. And then I was like, yeah, let's just do it. We'll make it 4 people having like a race. The last one, a lot of them were retiring, and then yeah, I did it. Regretted it as soon as I did it.
As soon as you jumped in, really?
Well, yeah, I got hit in the face and everything as soon as I dived in. And I retired after 1 race as well.
OK, so that's not happening again.
Well, I said never say never, but you know, you never know. Maybe the next Olympics.
The bronze medal came after the gold, the 1500. I mean, that is your race. Was that a harder race for you than you expected?
I think it was hard because of, obviously, you've just come off the back of a big win. First ever time I've been in contention of a medal at Olympics, and then obviously coming away with the gold, then having to do basically with all the media, and then having, I think, 4 days to recover in between, and then do my heat swim, then get into the final. It's quite a lot, especially for me. I'd only really that was my, like, main competition, and I'd done my main race, and then come to do my favourite race, the 1500. I think I just kind of, like, crashed a bit. But, I mean, I don't want to make any excuses for myself because I really think I should have won that race, but we've got LA, so...
While you were in the Seine getting punched in the face, Nathan, your twin brother, what was he doing? He was... alongside.
Yeah, Nathan was in the spectators along, and people obviously didn't realise that I was in the 10K race because I was so far behind that they started taking selfies with Nathan thinking he was me. Yeah, so he would take his selfies and then tell them, you know he's in the water, right? And they were like, oh, it's so good to meet Daniel.
And does he always sort of admit that it is Nathan, not Daniel, or is he now just going with the flow and just going, yeah, I'm Daniel Whiffen, let's get on with it?
I think in Paris it was, I'm Daniel Whiffen, let's get on with it, to be honest. But when we're back home, it's, I'm Nathan, yeah. OK, you did mention this. The only person that beat you in an 800-metre race was your brother, Nathan. I'm assuming both of you are going to go to LA. Is that the hope? Yeah, definitely. We'll both be on there and both be on the podium. And where on the podium will Nathan be compared to you, Daniel, do you think? Well, I'd like for us to be joint first. But obviously I'm going to win and Nathan's going to come second. OK. Just sensing a bit of the competitiveness here between you, because, you go to the same university, you're studying the same subject. Is there kind of competition in everyday life? There's competition in everything. I mean, we're competing for who gets a higher grade in their degree. Who's better at Call of Duty on the PlayStation? Who's the better chef? Who's quicker at driving? Who is the better chef? Nathan. I'll admit that, yeah. OK. And the better driver? Well, Nathan isn't that me. I'm better. Yeah. OK, that is you. I want to bring out a couple of things here. This is how you keep these. So these are Daniel's socks, and inside Daniel's socks we have one of these. These are the official Paris Olympic socks that came with the medals, I believe. Is that? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's how they're from Paris. That's how they're kept. Not been washed since. Thanks for that. So do you take these out and sort of look at them all the time, or where do you keep these? I haven't seen these in a couple of months, to be fair. My parents just keep them at home in the sock drawer. But no, to be honest, I obviously, I did the cliche thing of sleeping with the medals as soon as I won the race. And then ever since I came back from Paris, to be honest, I just kept them in the drawer, and I've moving on for LA and focusing on that.
The last time you were here, you also have them in tonight. Your folks are in the audience. What was the homecoming like whenever you made it back to County Down?
Yeah, it was massive. I think that's a great way to describe it, because we turned up in Dublin straight off the flight, got on a stage. I was chanting and everything. I think I was probably still a bit weary after the send, to be honest. Probably hadn't recovered properly. I just went up on stage, started taking selfies and like chants and everything. It was amazing, though. I mean, seeing that many people come out to support the Olympic team after such a special summer, it was it was inspiring, to be honest, just to see from my point of view.
You took a little bit of a break. You hadn't taken a break in a while. Where did you head to?
Headed to Bali, actually. I was like, Ireland's not warm enough. Let's just go to a really hot place in the summer and try a new sport.
When you were in Bali then, you're on holiday. Did people recognise you around the hotel pool?
Yeah, so we we got this thing where, I don't know what it is, but if somebody sees a swimmer outside of a swimming pool, or on a holiday on a hotel swimming pool, they just want to challenge them to a race. And I normally decline these races a lot of the time, because if I lose, I'm no longer Olympic champion. So this guy was probably about 60, maybe 55. And I was like, oh, I can take him. He's challenged me to a race. I was like, the pool was 15 metres long. I was like, oh, it's not that long. It might be a bit closer to a race, because I'm a distance athlete, swim 800 metres. I'm not a sprinter.
And he's 60.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I was wearing no goggles. I was in my holiday shorts.
Fair enough.
This guy was actually in like a full-on swimming gear. He had goggles, hat and everything. He was ready for the race.
Okay.
And I wasn't. And I ended up losing. So... So I'm technically not Olympic champion anymore.
Whenever you came back from Bali, you were back to college, back into the pool. How did it feel after that bit of time off to get back in?
Yeah, do you know, I'd say that I never had this thing called post-Olympic blues. And to be honest, I'd never experienced it, because I just kept wanting more, to be honest. And I think it took me a week of where, like, you got to reset goals and stuff like that. And it was a bit hard, obviously, coming off the back of the Olympics and then having a 2-month break, and then when I came back, it was like I just need to change my mindset, focus on different things, trying to find out what I want to do. And then I realised that the reason why I'm coming back to train after Olympics is because I want to be a 4-time world record holder, and that's what my goals are now going forward.
Wow. Okay, so you realise that whenever you're coming back in, now you've done this, the goals have to be set higher and higher to keep you motivated.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm that person who wants to keep achieving more, and I want to be the best ever. And I was like, I hold 1 world record already, and I was like, I want 3 more, and I want to have them within the next 4 years. So that's what my goal is for the next time. And then obviously on the build to LA, we've got 3.5 years. It's going to be defend that medal, make my bronze a gold, and then try to win another gold at least.
Wow. You know what you're doing anyway. Daniel, thank you so much. You've set the plan out for us. We know exactly what's going to happen. Next stage to the next 3 world records, you'll come back and see us?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I mean, I just want to say one thing. That from the 12th to the 16th of April, we've got our Irish Championships, and that'll be my first big meet since the Olympics. And I'm aiming to break the world record there. So that's only, 5 weeks away. So it's free to watch in Dublin, so come and watch. OK, we're going to be there. There we go. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Give it up one more time for Daniel Whiffen. Still to come, following the launch of the gripping new podcast, Where is Johan? Johan Johansson's family will be here to ask for your help. And we'll be having a chat of 2 halves with both Irish football managers Heimar Hallgrimsson and Carla Ward will be here. Don't go away, back after these. Welcome back to the Late Late Show.
My next guest hails from Lucan and is currently blowing up the Irish music scene with his original R&B sound. His latest single has catapulted him to the top of the Spotify's viral 50 chart in Ireland, the USA and Canada, and we couldn't be more excited to have him with us tonight, making his late show debut, performing Moments. It's Moyo. So good. It started on the Late Late Show, folks. To find out more about Moyo, yeah? Go to his TikTok, his Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. Let's hear it one more time for Moyo. Okay. Next up, not one, but two Ireland soccer managers. But first, it's competition time. Driver there, Teresa.
Here's your chance to drive away in a brand new super stylish Jeep Avenger Electric worth €30,000. Celebrating Jeep Ireland's freedom to choose electric initiative on its Avenger range with common pricing across petrol, hybrid and electric models. If you go electric, you'll have 6 months to make sure it's the right option, or switch to hybrid or petrol if not. The award-winning Avenger is the first fully electric car by Jeep with a range of 400 kilometres, making it perfect for Irish roads. Inside, it's loaded with tech, including a 10-inch touchscreen, advanced safety features and lots more. Check it out at your local Jeep dealer or on jeep.ie. For your chance to drive away in that €30,000 car, answer this. Which of these was celebrated across the country earlier this week? Was it Super Tuesday, Pancake Tuesday, or Taco Tuesday? To enter, call 1517 71 71 81 or text the word late, followed by your answer and name to 57886. Maximum cost per entry is €2.50. You must be over 18 to enter. Full details are on rte.ie/competitions. The lines will close at 10:55 p.m. tonight. We'll be calling the lucky winner before the end of the show, and you'll need to take that call if you want to win the car. Good luck.
OK, it's time for some team news now on my next two guests, who hail from England and Iceland, but hold the dreams of all Irish soccer fans in their hands. They're here tonight to guarantee us a home win, and we know you'll be cheering them on as we're playing two up front. Would you please welcome Ireland women manager Carla Ward and Ireland's men's manager Heimar Hallgrímsson. You were ready to give us a tune there, Carla, was that right?
We were just discussing, weren't we? Tonight, Matthew. Tonight, Pete.
I know, I think this could work.
Gonna be.
I think this could work. So, Carla, first time coaching a national team. How are you settling in? I know you were at Villa and you were at Birmingham in the WSL.
Love it. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I'm somebody that's quite intense. I work at an intensity, so at club... You've only known me 5 minutes.
Intense, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm somebody that works at a level where I think sometimes you need to breathe, and I never did that at club, so I think this gives me the perfect opportunity to do so. And look, working for a nation that I've always coached players from Ireland, and I love their mentality, I love the attitude of the Irish, so... yeah, no, it was something that I wanted to do, and I've absolutely loved it.
You're in the zone. She's in the zone already.
I'll leave her to it. You can chat with her.
Yeah. Look, so Heimar, people will remember you from managing Iceland, bringing them to the quarterfinals of Euro 2016. Can you just remind us again who you beat to get to the last...
England.
England, OK. Was that all you had? Yeah, there you go. Was that... That was basically all he had to say to get the job interview. Now, obviously, Carla, you are English. Packy Bonner interviewed you for the job.
He did.
Was he as terrifying behind the desk as he was on the pitch?
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that, right? 7 people around the desk, and everyone's quite nice, and, you know, you can kind of be yourself. It comes to Packy, and you're thinking, oh, my God, what is he going to say here? Like, you've got to be careful. And, yeah, he was terrifying, he really was, but good, because he was probably the only one that was talking football, right? Same with you. So, yeah, he was terrifying, but no, he was good. But, yeah, he did hammer me a little bit on heritage, which was quite interesting. OK, so did we find any Irish heritage there? No, I did, though, against my will, by the way. I went and decided to buy the ancestry.co.uk. Did set an alarm in my phone to make sure I cancelled it. It was $7.99, by the way, for just to find out. But no, I had a great-great-grandfather that was married to an Irish, but no. The name, yes, but we'll go with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely go with that. We'll go with that. I know your daughter, though, is a full convert. Tell us how old she is.
Yeah, she's 5. Absolutely loves it already. She loves anywhere I go, but... at the Talar after the first game, someone brought me a bag and basically said, this is for your daughter. And I didn't open it, I'll be honest, till I got home, and it had a Irish tutu in and antlers on the head and lots of different bits and pieces. Obsessed with it, wears it all the time, Ireland, everything. And yeah, goes to school with her little... Irish pom-poms in her hair, so yeah, loves it.
And also learning the anthem, I believe.
She does. Do you know what? She's actually better at it than me, which I can do a few lines. What about you?
That's a tough one.
Can you do it?
That's a tough one.
I mean, look, this man's just arrived, you know, to be fair, you've done something, Heimar, that a lot of international managers don't do. You've properly moved here, you've relocated. I mean, how's that been for you?
It's been nice. I've travelled a lot, so I lived 3 years in Qatar. Before 2 years in Jamaica. So
you came here for the sunshine?
It's closer to the culture in Iceland to be here. It was enough sun, but the thing is, it's just closer to our culture back home in Iceland. So really similar, I would say, the Irish and the Icelandic. They need one beer and then start to sing. So it's just like that. Yeah, I've loved it since I came here.
And why was it important for you to move here then full time?
First and foremost, it's an exciting project. I think what sold me the job was the professionalism around the people that hired me and their seriousness in what they plan to do. And like I said, it's a good group of players who have probably underachieved for a lot of time. So I thought I had what it takes to get success. To see if I'm right or wrong, but at least I think we have done good things until now, and I hope that we will have the success we want.
So you guys began in January and in September. It's been a mixed bag, would you say, since you started? 1 win, 1 loss, big loss.
Massive loss.
Massive loss, the 5-0 against Slovenia, I think, was that?
4.
4?
Come on, don't make it any worse
sorry,
than
sorry.
it was.
Sorry, let me get it right. Sorry, 5-0 against England and 4-0 against Slovenia. You said that night that you were changing a few things that didn't quite work out.
Yeah, look, I think we have to. There's a level of reality versus expectation, and I think that this is a period that a few players retired. 3 unbelievable humans that were really good leaders for the group, and we have to take this period to bring the youngsters through, maybe change a few things, and really identify where we're at as a nation. I think what that did against Slovenia was exactly that, answered a lot of questions. But look, there might be uncomfortable times coming up because, it's not necessarily revolution, it's more evolution, but at the same time, we have to make sure that we get answers ready for the qualifying of the World Cup. So there might be uncomfortable moments, but look, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like I said, I'm at the moment brave or stupid, not sure. We'll work that one out. But no, we have to find a way, and we have to find answers to things rather than just sitting back and doing what we believe might get us over the line. We've got to look at the longer project of the Irish game and League of Ireland and how that all aligns, and that's a big project in the next couple of years. Well,
you mentioned in there the League of Ireland. I mean, Heimar, you said that if young players in the League of Ireland want to really progress their careers, they kind of need to leave the League of Ireland. Do you still believe that?
I didn't say that, no.
No?
But the thing is, the League of Ireland is improving drastically. Last year was really good for the League of Ireland, I think. Is a positive spiral going on. At the moment, we have 2 guys that played with Shamrock in our preliminary squad for the national team. So I would contradict myself if I say that you need to be somewhere else. But of course, we need to improve, and I think automatically with the Brexit that more players will stay here, and especially the younger players will get their first caps.
Yeah, just explain that. So because of Brexit, Irish players are staying here more rather than moving to academies in England. They can't go until
18 years old to England. So it makes it at least easier for us here to keep them in the league, and hopefully the players that will be playing will be younger here. So and last year we had Shamrock go a long distance in the Conference League. So I think that kind of creates a positive spiral. So it gets interest. Players will always get the biggest interest. The coach will get an interest in what he's doing, and also the club. So the clubs here probably are looking at Shamrock. What did they do good? And that will just help things to get better here.
So you're going to be looking at maybe more League of Ireland players for the squad in the future?
Yeah, we're always looking. We're always looking. So yeah.
Carlo, there was huge excitement in the World Cup Down Under. It feels like we're now back to earth a little bit with a bump. 2027 is a World Cup. Is that realistic, do you think?
Yes. Touches on a little bit of the League of Ireland as well. I think we have to identify how we can strengthen the league together. I think we have to identify where we're at as a nation in terms of our group. Certainly, I was at the President's Cup at the weekend, and being really honest, I was massively impressed with some individuals there, and I think there's an opportunity where we as an organisation at FAI can help the League of Ireland and help them progress. And yes, it's not full-time yet, but I think that that's going to fall into the next 2 years in what we do. It's got to be a bigger picture than just be about the national team. How can we create a pipeline and a healthy pipeline for young girls growing up in Ireland, and making sure that we've got squads capable to compete at World Cups? Short answer, yes. We want to get to the World Cup.
Okay.
That's what you were going after, right?
Well, no. It was, it's all interesting stuff. I mean, you did say that Ireland getting to the World Cup last time round was an overachievement. Why did you say that?
I don't think I used that exact words,
No.
but I did say, no. I did say that I think that they did very well to get there, unbelievably well, and I want to build on that for sure. I think that I'm not sure where you got that from, to be honest.
I don't know.
Just read it.
Yeah, maybe I read it somewhere.
No, but there is a reality that, you know, a number of players have stepped down. We're now, the next generation is coming through. There's got to be a reality of where we're at, right? So, you know, collectively we need to understand that and really make a plan for the next 2 years. But the goal is the World Cup.
The goal for you, Heymar, is what?
The same. I think we have a chance of qualifying. I think we even have a good chance of qualifying if everything is according to plan, and we are lucky with injuries and keeping our best players on the pitch, etc. I think our group is a little bit sexy. I think is equal. You know, is not going to be a runaway winner. So teams will lose points, and hopefully it's in our favour.
Okay, so the group is a little bit sexy.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
For us.
Okay, for you. Speaking of sexy, I know that you are still a practicing dentist. Is that right?
You find that sexy?
Well, I do. I have to say I do. It's I can adjust the chair right now if you like. It's so you still keep your hand in, is that right?
Yeah.
Keep.
Yeah.
So when I go back home, I always try to do a little bit just to keep my head and my fingers, you know, ready. And
I have absolutely no idea where this conversation's going.
See?
And in our job, you know, it's good to have another occupation. So if you're fired, you still have a job.
Okay.
It happens. It happens.
And so when you're filling those teeth, is there any particular formation you go with? 5 at the back and 2 up front, or it just depends? Change the system halfway through?
No, the reason for this is in Iceland is similar to here. It's non-professional football. So if you're a coach, you normally have another job. So you might be a teacher, or most of the coaches are like sport teachers. I just happen to be a dentist with passion for football. So that's the reason. You know, people here find it kind of strange that a dentist is coaching a football team, but for us back home, it's just normal.
It's all good. Before we let you go, very quickly, a fantasy football question. If you could find Irish grandparents for any player in the world to join the squad, who would it be for you, Carla?
Okay, I love my centre forwards.
Yes.
Adore them, actually.
Okay.
Grafters. Given we had 27 shots against Slovenia, probably bring back Olivia O'Toole.
Okay, good shout.
Record goal scorer for Ireland.
Definitely, we need Roy Keane back, so I will bring him back.
Okay, there we go. Roy, if you're watching, he'll be on the blower. Guys, thank you so much. Continued success, onwards and upwards. Please give it up for Heymar Hallgrímsson and Carla Ward. And if you're a soccer fan, make sure to join us next week for our St. Patrick's Day special, when we will be joined by the Italia 90 squad ahead of their Dublin Italia 90 show in the RDS next Friday and in the Cork Opera House on Sunday. They're going to be sharing their stories and memories of that amazing summer in Italy. Grab your tickets while you can. Welcome back to the Late Late Show, where it is time for our audience to get adventurous. Not like that. Not like that, don't worry. Like this. Zip It Forest Adventures Ireland is Ireland's favourite high rope and zip lining course. You're up for this already, madam, I can tell. With courses, with locations in Dublin, Cork, Roscommon, they are all now open for the 2025 season. Can you see yourself getting up to that? Look, the perfect place for birthday parties, family fun and group get-togethers. You can swing, you can climb, you can zip line through the trees for up to 3 hours. Check it out on zipit.ie for more info, and to celebrate that, they have given us a family pass worth over €120 to use at any of their locations. I'm looking out here. Some of you might need to get some insurance for everybody in the audience. Okay, a final reminder of how you could drive away in tonight's competition prize. Roll it there, Teresa.
Now your chance to drive away in a brand new super stylish Jeep Avenger Electric worth €30,000. Celebrating Jeep Ireland's freedom to choose electric initiative on its Avenger range with common pricing across petrol, hybrid and electric models. If you go electric, you'll have 6 months to make sure it's the right option, or switch to hybrid or petrol if not. Inside, it's loaded with tech, including a 10-inch touchscreen, advanced safety features and lots more. Check it out on jeep.ie. For your chance to win, answer this. Which of these was celebrated across the country earlier this week? Was it Super Tuesday, Pancake Tuesday or Taco Tuesday? To enter, call 1517 71 71 81 or text the word LATE followed by your answering name to 57886. Maximum cost per entry is €2.50. You must be over 18 to enter. Full details are on rte.ie/competitions. The lines will close at 10:55 tonight. We'll be calling the lucky winner before the end of the show, and you'll need to take that call if you want to win the car. Good luck.
My next guest is a brilliant singer-songwriter who took the charts on both sides of the Atlantic by storm almost 2 decades ago with her double platinum single Foundations. Since then, she's gone on to star on the big screen in several Hollywood movies and in the hit Netflix comedy drama Glow. We are delighted she's here tonight to perform a track for us from her latest album, 9 Sad Symphonies. Would you give a big Late Late Show welcome to Kate Nash?
I've been feeling a little bit different, a little bit strange. There's this numbness inside of me. Things aren't hitting in quite the same way. I look for inspiration. At night my heart beats so fast I get palpitations. You know I've got total devotion, but the spark is lit at such a low flame. There are no guarantees. What are my boundaries? How do I protect myself? Time no longer makes sense. Can't relate to my friends. There has to be something else. Everyone is trying so hard. Well, maybe you could try a little bit too. Everything hurts, yeah, it hurts so much. I eat my dinner in the toilets at lunch. I just want to believe, is that feeling still inside me? The sun has gone, and so must I. Do you think we'll know each other when we die? The sky is grey and I'm blue. Have I told you that I love you? I guess what I'm asking is, am I a number or a person? I want a simple answer, but I'm simply given another diversion. You're working from the inside, but now you find yourself in the building. They say I'm only human. Well, isn't that the problem? Everyone is trying so hard. Well, maybe you should try a little bit too. Everything you feel can just come undone, and the media supports all the far-right scum. I just want you to believe that the feeling's not inside me. The sun has gone, and so must I. Do you think we'll know each other when we die? The sky is grey and I'm blue. Have I told you that I love you? They could send help, but for now all we have in millions, millions of light years is millions and millions of heartbeats, and I think it's worth holding on for. Well, don't you? Oh, I guess we have to try.
How good was that? How good was that? Well done.
Thanks so
well
much.
done. That was millions of heartbeats.
Yes.
So good. I know you're recording stuff in Ireland at the minute. How's that all going?
It's going really, really well. I've got hair on my face, sorry. Yeah, I'm recording in Spiddle next week, actually.
And there you go.
Shout out to Coon Studios.
Shout out there. You got a family connection to Ireland as well.
I do. My mum was born in Dublin.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Ballymun.
Lovely.
Yeah, and I have family watching tonight in Cavan and Sligo as well. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to keep going round here, naming counties. We could just mix stuff up now.
Exactly.
Just to be cheering. That's all good. I mean, we know you from the music. We also know you from the acting and, you know, from the brilliant series Netflix, Glow. Are we going to see any more acting, or are you concentrating on the music now at the moment?
Well, no, I'm always open to doing more acting. I'd love to see the return of Glow. I think the series deserved an ending. But I am really focused on the music at the moment, and obviously I've been promoting this record, Nine Side Symphonies. I'm working on new music, and I've also been causing a bit of a ruckus over in the UK about the state of the music industry.
Yes, this was surprising because I was surprised that someone as successful as you was finding it so difficult to actually make a living.
Yes, well, I mean, the music industry is very exploitative, and it's, you know, for years they were like, oh, it's fine, you make money on touring. It doesn't matter that your recorded music is worth next to nothing for you, but for the majors and the streamers, they're like cashing out in the millions. But any artist basically underneath like stadium and arena level is really, really struggling to profit on tour and from their recorded music. It's become like really a bad state of affair. The grassroots is in crisis, loads of venues are closing. And so when I was on tour in November, I was like experiencing, I hadn't toured properly like that since before COVID. And so I was experiencing like the financial pinch of, actually it doesn't really make sense to put out a record and tour in the same year anymore, which I think is so disgrace. It's a disgrace.
And then you took extreme measures to kind of fund the tour.
I do have a reputation for extreme measures, yes. So I started a campaign called Butts for Tour Buses. I started an OnlyFans account. It's still up if anyone's interested. It's onlyfans.com/Kate Nash. Poke Mahone, you might have noticed on my, on my glossy here. But basically, it's a punk protest to... I mean, it's a genuine concern that I was losing so much money on tours. And I mean, I'll tell you what, you know, tours cost a lot of money to run because you have a crew, I have a human band, and I travel and I pay for the bus or the van, the hotels, the food. I look after my crew and my band. I want to pay them fairly and ethically. I want to travel safely, by which I mean I won't overpack a bus or a van, which some people do, to make it work, to make the costs work. And I found myself having to let go of a crew member, right, 5 days before a tour, and I just felt terrible about it. So I started the OnlyFans account, and I'm actually making more money now from my arse than from my music.
Hence, Poke Mahone. Mixed.
Thank you.
Mixed reaction to that. Some people were...
Yeah. Well, obviously there's a bit of a debate and a bit of a fight, which I love because that just got more attention. So I was like, thank you. But so many musicians have messaged me, thanking me for speaking out. Like a video, I went on Six Music and they put on a panel about the state of like independent venues, and that clip of me talking about losing 50 grand on an American tour and 26 in Europe, and then you make like nothing, in the UK, and it's like, how is this sustainable? And if I cannot make it work and I have thousands of fans, millions of streams, I'm selling tickets, like, I have a good team. It's not coming from a place of negligence or like delusion. Like, I do have a career. I'm 19 years into my career. And I think as like someone who's known, well as an artist, should be able to make it work. And if I can't, how is anyone underneath my level doing it at all? And the truth is, they're closing the doors on access to a music career for working class people and anyone who isn't from a privileged background. And I just don't think that's acceptable. I don't think that's fair. And I want to see diversity in the art world. And I think music is for everyone.
Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Will you come back and see us whenever this music you're recording out in Spittle becomes...
You'll be the first place.
We'll be the first place
I come to. I'm really excited to share it, so I'll definitely come back. Thank you.
Look, thank you so much for joining us. Give it up for Kate Nash. Welcome back to The Late Late Show. In February 2019, Jóhann Jóhannsson, an Icelandic man, vanished within 24 hours of arriving in Dublin to play in a poker festival. It is a story that has gripped the nation, but for Jóhann's family, it truly has been a living nightmare. Where is Jóhann? The recent Doc on One podcast has propelled Jóhann's story back into the spotlight and has left both the Icelandic and Irish public continuing to search for answers. Jóhann's family are also looking for answers and closure. They want to find Jóhann, and they're hoping that by coming on here tonight, that you at home might be able to help them do that. Would you please welcome to the show Hannah, David and Anna Hilder. Hannah, you are Jóhann's mum. This is the first time that you've been back in Dublin since he disappeared. How does it feel to be back here?
Good.
But difficult?
No, it's a relief to be back. No, I think it's different. Now we are in totally different. It's a totally different angle now. I'm relieved to come. I feel welcome in Dublin. I have met so many wonderful person. Yeah, so it's good actually.
Tell us a wee bit about Jóhann.
My son?
Yes.
Wow, he was a prince. Firstborn, first grandchildren in both, both family. He was calm. He was adorable, of course. He was my son. Everybody loved him. Quiet. So he was like a dream child. Very beloved. He was easy, actually. He was like, very warm, and he was happy. He was quiet, and he wanted to have a calm, peaceful. He was a peacemaker above all.
David, you're his brother. Lots of people will be familiar with Jóhann's case. For those who aren't, can you remind us why he flew into Dublin?
Yeah. So basically, the main purpose of the visit was to play at a poker tournament held at the Bonington Hotel. It was his intention was to participate in the tournament, but also it was a it was an anticipated vacation as well. So he was planning on visiting castles and traveling around Ireland. So, yeah, it was a vacation / poker tournament, you know. So that was that.
So he came in, he stayed the night in Dublin, he was playing poker that night at the hotel.
Correct.
His partner flew in the next morning, and within an hour of her getting to the hotel, he disappeared without a trace. And this is just extraordinary. We have some footage here. This is February the 9th, 2019. Just 11 a.m., Saturday morning, Johan walks out of the Bonington Hotel. This is the last known sighting that anyone has seen of Johan. He walked up the Swords Road and vanished.
Yeah.
Without a trace. Anna, Hilder, how did you feel when you heard the news that Johan had disappeared?
I remember the day exactly. It was a Sunday, and I was just at the mall, you know, and his best friend, his youth friend, called me. Sorry, I'm out of voice, but okay. His youth friend called me, and he told me that Johan just walked out of the hotel room, and I misunderstood, and I was like, did Jana walk out? No, Johan walked out, and a certain moment, because it was a Sunday, I knew something was wrong. I knew something happened. I knew that he didn't just vanish.
You had a feeling straight away.
I knew it, yeah. That's what my meaning.
David, Gardaí believe that he maybe got into a vehicle and was taken somewhere else. Is this what you now believe?
Yeah, I have to be honest. I mean, given the time frame, we have him walking out of the Bonington Hotel. We have CCTV shows us really 100 or 150 meters, and then he just vanishes into thin air. I mean, everything points to him stepping into a vehicle, yes, and that is most likely the case. So, yeah, that's what I believe, and I think happened.
This new podcast goes into quite a bit of detail, and it believes that Johan came to some harm. Is this now where your head is going?
Yes. To be honest, I mean, from when we came in 2019, we had no idea what happened. We just came in with a plan, and we came in determined to find our brother, and that's what we worked with in the beginning. As time has gone by, it's become more clear to us that most likely something criminal has and did happen. So, yes, that is our belief that this should be treated as a murder investigation, first and foremost.
And you rule the other theories out then?
Yeah, I mean, we can have many theories, but based on what we know and how we have the information we've gathered, the information we had about how he lived his life before his trip, our communication with him. I mean, if he were to disappear, there would be traces, there would be some clues leading up to it. There was nothing. I mean, him just vanishing like this and not being able to be tracked for longer than he was kind of rules out the possibility of him causing himself harm. And to be honest, I don't believe he did. So, yes, everything points to this being something, you know.
I know this is very, very difficult, but two separate sources, Anna, have reached out to your family, and they believe that Johan may have been killed by someone with criminal ties. Do you think that's a possibility?
Actually, in all of this, I recorded three different resources, but maybe it's only two, but yes, I do, because this is not unlikely. Coming from two different or three different resources, I think it's very likely, because this is how the criminal world works, you know.
Yeah,
people do these things, yeah.
I mean, if you don't follow up with, and if you don't track leads, if you don't speak to people of interest and follow up with clues, you don't know. So basically, what we have been doing throughout these years, and with the help of Liam and Anna that were producing the podcast with RT and Roof, we have managed to figure out and put together puzzles in a way that hasn't been done before, in our opinion. And then again, we are not experts. We rely on experts to do their job properly. But based on what we have found out, it's definitely a possibility that this particular person has something to do with him disappearing. Yeah.
We know there were 2 anonymous letters that were sent, one to the guards and one to a priest in Ballymun, suggesting that Johan's remains may be in a wooded area in Santry Domain now. 2 searches were carried out last year, but nothing was found. I know you guys believe there should be another search there.
Yeah, so I mean, I've seen the park. I've seen blueprints of the park. I've seen the lake. I've seen where the search. I've been to the park. We have been to the park. We have walked through it. We have seen the area that was searched with dogs. We've seen the area that was dug. And based on that, along with talks with professionals and information that we do have, I believe the search was not properly done, no. So it is our demand that the job is finished. You know, you either search the park or you don't search the park. If you're going to search it, you have to do it thoroughly. And so that's one of the reasons why we are here in Dublin, is to make sure that the job is finished, one way or the other.
Hannah, I know you're meeting the guards this weekend. What are you hoping from that meeting?
Sorry?
I know you're meeting the police this weekend.
Yes,
what are you
yes.
hoping from that meeting?
First of all, that they start with what they're supposed to be doing. I didn't know when I came here 2019, we were all in shock. We were all like, of course, they probably spared me from a lot of things, but now I know that, sorry to say, but they didn't do their work. I expect them to do their work. If they are not capable, they leave it to someone else. That's my opinion. I mean, and that's what the same as David.
Yeah,
I want justice. I'm not asking. I don't say they can find anything, but any clue. I mean, anything. Just start. They haven't started from the beginning. Sorry, my opinion.
Look, and I know as a mum, you know, I can see how much this is hurting you, and I can understand why you feel that way. You're still hoping for some answers.
Yeah, what we need to happen in order to get answers, first and foremost, is to change the case from a missing person case into a murder investigation. That's a key, and that's what has to happen. We have these 2 letters that the Garda deemed credible, and they did decide to start the search. In our opinion, it's not a proper one. That needs to happen as well. I'm not asking them to dig up the whole park. I'm just asking them, based on expertise, advice, to finish searching the park thoroughly. Take that. And then we need proper authorities to follow up with clues and make sure to leave no stone unturned. That's what we have to happen in the beginning, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Well, that's what we're hoping that we can maybe do tonight. If anyone is watching this tonight and they maybe have a little bit of information, what would you like to say to them?
Send another letter. I don't know.
Yeah, just come forward with information.
Yeah, send another letter.
Because I mean, as you have seen, and I mean, we're really blessed that we have you, the people in Ireland, on our side, and all the help and love that we received from day one. It's words can't describe how important it is to us.
And also, if Liam and Anna would not have come to us, we could never be capable of making estimates on the police.
And these are the documentary makers, yes.
Yes, because we got help now.
Sorry. I just want to say, people can, you know, many people never get answer. I accept that. But then I need to know that everybody has done their job as they should. And I can trust that everybody does their job. Then I'm talking mostly about the police. It's a police work, not family work. When I know, as I know now, that they didn't from the beginning, my children, friends, you know, we were in this. This is not our work. we don't know how to do it. We have to...
we are resilient and we never give up. But we are optimistic that things will change in the right direction.
Yes. But where was I?
No, you were just talking about in order to get the job done, you have to do it properly.
I'm just asking for justice, and I want to know everybody has done their job, so we can maybe start in this grieving process, because I need closure.
I understand.
I can't go in this grieving. No, I don't think anybody can. How can I start in my grieving process? Now I'm a little bit angry, that's the thing. For the first time in 6 years. Because I know, I know it's not done.
My mother didn't know that the police didn't do all that job.
No, I didn't.
She didn't know.
These podcasts with Liam and Anne Massabil, I mean, everything that came up is new for me.
A lot of new things, yeah.
We know that a lot of new information has come up in the podcast. We know that the police here followed a number of leads, and we are very much hoping that you guys get some answers and get some closure. The investigation into the whereabouts of Johan Johansson remains ongoing. If you have any knowledge or information on his disappearance, please contact your local Garda station, or you can leave a tip anonymously on rte.ie/where-is-Johan. And if anything tonight jogs your memory, you can listen to Where Is Johan, the podcast, for more information. Folks, thank you so much for joining us.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
That is it for tonight. Thanks so much to all of my guests. Before we go, let's find out who has won the brand new Jeep Avenger worth €30,000 tonight. The lucky winner is Rita O'Brien from County Kildare. Congratulations to you, Rita. This is it for this week. You've been watching The Late Late Show. I have been Patrick Keelty. We'll see you next week. Good night.